Hello everybody, my name is Pravus and welcome back to City Skylines in New Gruntings. I think the city is coming along pretty darn nicely. We've got a couple of new industries that are going for us, including oil and some ore refining. The Steinworks is still profitable and growing. I added in a bit more zoning down here. And of course we have Lucidus's Technical School, which is gradually growing over here. Something I did research was the academic works, because this is relatively new for me in terms of content. And it looks like there is a percentage chance of getting an academic work at the end of every academic year. By default, it is 30%, so what I did is go ahead and went ahead and put out a grant for hospitality with the hope that this is going to result in a guaranteed academic work. I'm not sure how this works. Maybe it does. Maybe it's just an increased chance. We're going to find out, but ultimately I want to level up the technical school so we can encourage a lot more people to be seeking some form of higher education. I'm also going to try to place down a liberal arts campus. And for that, I went ahead and demolished a bunch of residential areas over here. It was all low density anyway, doesn't matter too much. But I do need to name a new area. I think that we are going to call this the Hall of Laser Marks. One, because it's got marks in it, and liberal arts college, and it's a joke, so just we'll go with that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, I think it's a pretty good name. And of course, that is a high-level patron, so of course, thank you very much for your support. Now let's go ahead and place down a liberal arts administrative building, which is surprisingly huge, but if we do it right there, that seems to work pretty nicely. It's actually a very nice looking building. I kind of dig it, So now the Hall of Laser Marks is officially a liberal arts campus. So what else do we have available to us? Well, we have a liberal arts dormitory, we have a study hall, we have groundskeeping, and we have a drama club. That's it. That's all we get. Okay, it's the exact same situation then as the trade school. Nothing really new and exciting going on over there. Alright, I mean, that's fair enough. There we go. I think something like this looks pretty nice. We got ourselves a big honkin' study hall, a dormitory, and a drama club. And groundskeeping tucked away over here with a nice little bit of space for some quads and people can hang out and a little bit more room for expansion. So this will, of course, be growing over time like everything else. Campus attractiveness is currently fairly high. We could probably increase this a bit more, but I'm not worried about it right now. I think we'll go ahead and do the free lunch and the student healthcare as before, and yeah, let's just go ahead and also go for a research grant over here like before. I'm going to do literature because I like literature. There we go. 50,000 bucks gone, and we spent most of our money, but that's fine. We're making plenty more, and now we have the Hall of Laser Marks open for business. Come, children, so that I might mold your minds. A few other little things I'd like to do would be to expand out some industry, maybe place down a large orchard or something like that, medium fruit field. We can fit one right there. And we can grow apples, oranges, pears, or have a greenhouse. I kind of like the look of the oranges, honestly. I think it adds a little bit of extra color contrast. Kind of cool. What surprises me is that lemons aren't an option. You know, for the lemonade factory and all that. Just would have made too much sense, wouldn't it? Yep, alright, well, we should also place down some more healthcare and stuff. I could really use a big community hospital, and this is expensive, yes, but this is going to greatly increase my access with healthcare, and I think that is well worth it. We could also place down, let's say, a fire station and stuff as well. Most places are in pretty good shape. Down over here, we're not, actually. We should make sure that we get some sort of a fire station. Maybe a little community fire station right over here. Sure. I mean, occasionally it gets loud and stuff, and people might not like the noise, but it keeps your houses from burning down, so can you really complain that much? I don't think so. And we'll also place down a nice, big, honkin' police headquarters right there on a very good, busy intersection. We can easily get around. There we go. So just making sure that we keep up with all of our various different needs. Let's see, in terms of water, we're getting a little bit on the low side. Pretty soon, I think I would like to go ahead and start getting rid of some of these eco-water outlets in favor of something a little bit more heavy-duty. I mean, we could do things like the Advanced Inland Water Treatment Plant, which does create ground pollution, it looks like. That's not the best. We do have water treatment plants here, which actually does purify 85% of the sewage. That's not too bad. It's not quite as good as the eco-water outlet in terms of pollution, though. Eventually, we'll have access to the eco-water treatment plant, which is significantly better. But, yeah, I don't know. It's a little expensive, and we still haven't grown quite enough for all of that. Power needs are starting to run a little bit low. It might be time to go for a hydro power plant. Just because I think building a hydro power plant in a big river city like this would be pretty fun and exciting. And if we're going to do this, we want to build it probably off in this direction. You can use the dam as a road, I believe. So placing it in a place where you already want to have a bridge makes a lot of sense. But if we did something like this, it would cost me $120,000 to build, and yes, it would back up a lot of water over here. But it would generate 160 megawatts, which is a pretty substantial amount of power. Pretty substantial. I'm actually curious if we built something way over here. Holy cram, 304. I mean, we get rid of the waterfalls. That's the main downside that I can see, you know? It'd be kind of sad to do that. But yeah, you get a really tall dam like this, and holy crud, you can make a lot. You can make a lot of power. I like it. As it is, though, if we build like 2 dams, we actually can probably get a pretty similar amount of power, maybe even more, but for a fraction of the cost, and also I don't have to put up all the capital right now. So a quick dam right here should be sufficient to solve a lot of my power needs for a good long while. And let's go ahead and move over the cables like so, thanking you. And I think we do need to have like a small road or something, right? I don't know if it's absolutely required to have a road, but it probably is appropriate to have a little road. So let's go ahead and build one. There we go. Perfect. No problem at all. All right, so we should start seeing that the water is going to be piling up over here quite a bit. And in fact, yeah, that's exactly what is happening. But power problems, well, it has not shown it yet. We got to wait for those water levels to rise a little bit more. Oh, please tell me this wasn't a massive waste of my money. I think that we are actually waiting for the water levels to rise a little bit more. You know, is this going to be a problem that I have another avenue of the water to go somewhere else? Like, as the water rises, it's going to be more inclined to take the path of least resistance, quote-unquote, to go down this direction. Is that actually going to make it impossible for this thing to work as projected? I cannot tell. Right now it says it's not operating. I wonder, actually, maybe it is exactly how that works. Maybe we can't have this dam work as long as there's another river path. I mean, it's not like I'm not rolling in cash. I guess we could just build another one right now. That's a thing. We could. All right, fine, I'll do it. Another 144 watts. Pull my leg. Oop, we just got an academic report. I accidentally clicked away from it too quickly. We got something. Bacon drop cakes. Delivery service for those who find themselves in need for cake. Specialized drones bake and deliver cakes tailored to the user's wishes. That's actually not a bad idea. Does that count as an academic work? Apparently it does. That's not what I'd consider much of an academic work, per se, as much as it is an invention. But okay, let's go for something in, I guess, IT and engineering. So yeah, I guess spending money for research grants is a guaranteed way of getting some of those academic works. Which is good, and the more attractive this place is, the more students we will have. Apparently the fill pits could use a lot more metal and ore extraction, because right now we are not meeting our capacity needs for metals or for glass at all, apparently. So, okay, let's go ahead and place down some more ore mines. We could also place some underground mines. They're more expensive. I don't see how much. Let's see, 4,800 versus 6,400. I mean, it seems like they produce a lot more for the same amount of, like, area in the map, which is probably worthwhile to me. So I'll go ahead and place down another one, let's say, over here. I'm sure right next to the recycling center isn't going to be a problem at all. You know, we could place down some sort of a big wonder in the city. That could be kind of fun. We don't have access to things like the Eiffel Tower and stuff yet, but I mean, we could place down a winter market, the Statue of Liberty, the Chirp X launch site, maybe a panda sanctuary, or the Oriental Pearl Tower. It's a rather big and intrusive building, but it does give me a whole load of entertainment value in the city, which isn't a terrible idea. Biggest issue I see is I just have to clear out a lot of space for it. But I mean, is that really that big of a deal? I think it's okay. Hang on, what if we just got rid of, like, this set of roads right along here? Sorry, guys, you're losing all your homes. Eminent domain. It's a very powerful tool. If I place you... There we go, right along space occupied. I've apparently already placed something there. Dare I place it along this major avenue, or is that going to make traffic a heck of a lot worse? Depends. What have I built over here? We have an elementary school in the way. Sorry, kiddos, your education's not important anymore, it turns out. Goodbye. There we go. Actually, buildings are leveling up despite the fact that they have no road access. Let's go ahead and delete all this stuff now, just so I don't have to think about it. I think we messed up one of our bus stops, but that's okay. So yeah, the Oriental Tower, if we place you, we can place you up here now. There we go. That's not too bad. I mean, the biggest issue that I see here is that this road could get a little clogged. And these are all one-way roads, but... Well, actually, the one-way roads are completely backwards now. That's going to be a problem. If I use one-way roads along here, though, we can try to keep the traffic pattern to a minimum at the Wonder. So that's actually not the worst thing in the world. Okay, yep, I think we're going to go ahead and place down the Oriental... what's it called? Pearl Tower. There we go. Place you down right along, let's say, here. Beautiful. And that should provide a whole load of entertainment value for everyone around it. And we'll add some nice little pretty paths around it, just so people feel like they have some way to turn this into a national park, to justify how much money I spent on all this. In my opinion, this should have been included in the student fees, student health care. I did? Did I not? Did I not include that? I'm pretty sure that I included that, Twitter. I don't think you guys know what you're talking about. Oh, we actually got skyscrapers and moose. Oh, nice. Okay, so what do we want next? How about music? We're going to go for a music grant as well. I suppose another thing we could do is start making use of some of these unique buildings on top of our various different wonders. Statue of Shopping, the Plaza of the Dead, which for some reason is required to build a fusion power plant. Don't ask me how that works. I don't think anyone really understands. Transport Tower, the Mall of Moderation, the Posh Mall, Disaster Memorial, Climate Research Station. There's a lot of different options here. Most of them are requirements to get to some sort of a really high-tier special building, such as, say, the Eden Project or something similar to that, which is something I wouldn't mind getting. Some of them are very, very powerful. Is it a super high priority for me right now? Probably not. We actually have a few of these actually already unlocked that I didn't really expect. Huh. I don't remember where you find these. Where do you find things like the Eden Project? I think it's down here. Ah, yes, monuments. Reach a population of 60,000. There we go. Okay, so we're nowhere near that. We're only a third of the way there. But once you get a population of 60,000 and have access to some of these monuments, they do things. Like a fusion power plant provides practically unlimited power. The Eden Project controls pollution significantly. Lots of stuff like that. So it's worth building some of these unique buildings in the intention of building up to those monuments. And in the meantime, they usually provide like a lot of extra entertainment value or something as well. So it's still worth building regardless. You can see, by the way, that the Metro is working out a lot better for us. We have a few hundred residents that are riding the buses every week, and then we have over 1,000 people taking the Metro. I told you this would end up being a very popular option. It's convenient. It goes deep underground. It doesn't take up a whole lot of space. I mean, yeah, the biggest issue is that it's expensive, but it's a very, very effective method of travel around your city. I like it a lot. Actually, I think maybe one might argue it's a little bit too popular. Holy crap, look at all the people that want to get on the buses. Okay, yeah, wow, you guys are literally willing to wait for hours in a queue to get on the bus? That seems a little cray-cray to me, but okay, sounds to me like I need more buses. Oh my god. We can also start making use of biofuel bus depots instead of regular buses. They carry just as many people, but they instead use quieter biofuel buses. I'm not sure why exactly it's quieter. I can understand why it produces less pollution, but apparently just less noise in general. The big downside of these, of course, is that they are more expensive to operate. But alright, fine. I mean, in a city where it's already getting pretty darn crowded and noisy, I think every little bit helps. I think maybe also we should go ahead and set up a small forestry industry, right? It doesn't have to be very big, just like a little summit over here, maybe take advantage of some of these excess trees, keep it relatively close to our industrial area so that it can leave, but I don't know, it's just a little bit more self-reliance for me if I were to do that. So yeah, let's just go ahead and set up another little industrial area. Forget the ore over here, we're probably never going to take advantage of any of this. Right along here should be fine. Birdsong Sector? I don't think so. What should I call it? We'll call it Jeb's Lumber Yard. That should be fine, right? I don't expect this to get extremely big, but again, just a little bit of extra self-sufficiency. Just a wee little bit. Alright, let's go ahead and set up a couple roads that go off kind of in this approximate direction. I'm going to try to preserve that beautiful big frickin' rock that's over there. I think that looks pretty cool as it is. And then we'll just need some straight roads to try and maximize efficiency going off in this approximate direction. Let's try for something kind of like this. There we go. That's a little bit better. And then something kind of like this, I think, should be good enough. Okay, so if I want to place down some new industry of the forestry variety, we need a forestry main building, as is always the case. Who is surprised? Are you surprised? I am not, because I am smart. Sawmills, small tree plantations, and small log yards. Well, for extraction, we apparently need to have tree plantations. So we'll start by placing down at least a couple of them off in this general direction. I don't know how many we're going to need, so we'll start with just a couple for now. And then we have the sawmill, which I can place... Well, let's actually first figure out my storage building. So storage, if I place a lumber yard... I can actually fit one in here. And then maybe a sawmill nearby, like right over here-ish? Wait a minute. This is the one-way road. Is that really what I want to do? I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but I probably should have flipped this around. So actually, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. Reason being, people are going to drive down here, and using the right lane, they'll drop off in storage, then do a UE, and they can drop it off at the sawmill. Which might seem like a little bit of unnecessary, tedious micromanagement, and it probably is, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You know, the water seems to have more or less leveled out for the dams, but for some reason, they're still not producing a lot. This one's doing fine. That's actually overproducing a fair bit, but over here, for some reason, just not quite working. Also, I'm noting that we have a freaking ton of poo water that is all setting up over here. The pollution can't actually continue passing through. So we're kind of creating a disgusting little haze situation here. Ugh. Yeah, all the more reason that we need to grow and get rid of all these pollution buildings. Also, we can finally get rid of this landfill site. Perfect, we'll do that, certainly. I do have these floating garbage collectors. It's just apparently not quite enough. But at least getting rid of the landfills should help a teensy-weensy bit. And if we can find a way to deal with our garbage more effectively, I would love to start getting rid of some of these incineration power plants. There we go, I placed down a whole fleet more of these floating garbage collectors, hoping that we can clean things up a little bit, because you can see that the pollution actually got kind of out of control here. This is significantly better than it was. But yeah, yeah, poo water, man. It is fun stuff. Okay. Well, now that we have this industry all set up, let's see, still trying to manage some of my zoning. We do need a bit more industry, so we can go ahead and start building out the Steinworks just a little bit more. Pretty soon, I think we're going to have to start adding in some more little suburbs and also some more major residential areas. Where might I want to do some of that is a very good question. I guess we can continue getting rid of some of our light zoning in the main city itself. And that's not a bad idea. Maybe we can go ahead and turn this into a bit more of a residential/commercial area. Doesn't seem too bad. Yeah, okay. Let's start expanding out the city by going off in this direction. There we go. Doesn't look too bad. I'm going to be a bit sad to see some of this forestry area go away, but oh well. Hey, there's that academic year report I was talking about. Okay. So, for the Hall of Laser Marks, we get a little bit of extra attractiveness, some more students, and another academic work, so we have met that need. We got the Chirp Nation Anthem with its epic trombone solo. This tune is bound to become a hit amongst these school bands. Okay, and for the Lucidus Technical School, we also got another academic work. Not much more attractiveness, but also not very many more students. I'm kind of concerned. How do you get a lot more students here? An engineering project based on citizens' report of uneven pavements and their dangers, the evaluation of uneven pavement. Yes, what a riveting report that is indeed. Absolutely thrilling. So, we now have the 2 academic works. The big issue that I see is we simply cannot get enough students over here. And I don't know if the issue is access, right? Do we just not have enough people able to get over here in the first place? I mean, I got a metro station right there. As far as I'm concerned, you guys don't have a whole lot of excuses. Actually, I'm kind of surprised. It looks to me like rather than have the students use this, it's mostly the people who live in the neighborhood. Look at that! Look at all the people coming home from work! They're all walking down the street to go take the metro. I mean, yeah, I would do that too. But the point was for students! Alright, fine. We're also still struggling to get enough people fully educated. Surprisingly. I mean, it's looking a lot better. Like, we have a lot more highly educated people than we did before overall. It's actually becoming a pretty good split between people, but I really want to get rid of this uneducated level. I don't understand why so many of you refuse to go to the elementary school. Well, we are a capital city now. That's exciting. Hang on. So we get a new area, a university campus area. Finally, I can build a proper university. Ships universal education. Ah, maybe that's the trick. I force everyone to send their children to school. Yes, regardless of the campus reputation, students don't pay any tuitions. Oh, that's not what I thought it was at all. Oh, that's just free college. Oh, well, I mean, okay, no tuition fees. Not that that helps me too much. Harbor, cargo harbor, eco water treatment plant. That's what I wanted. And the American football stadium. I like that it has to be the American football stadium, just so you guys don't confuse it with what everyone else calls football, what I call soccer. And then finally, the eco advanced inland water treatment plant. Okay, well, goody. I guess I could place down like a little community school over here, for example, and try to build up a little bit of extra attractiveness to go to school and stuff. Kids, what the heck is wrong with you people? Why don't you go? Hang on, maybe there is actually a policy that I need to go ahead and utilize here. Hang on. Oh, here's something. Okay, yes. Education boost the education budget and make young adults automatically choose education over working. Works for me. Okay, in the long run, this should pay for itself by having much higher paying jobs. Let's see. I don't want to do schools out. Educational blimps. Really? You can switch advertising on blimps to be educational posters to boost education. What's that up in the sky? Oh, it's an informational poster. I learned something about the mongoose today. Brilliant. We should probably go ahead and give this little district a name. Not that I plan on doing like any special policies with it or anything, but I mean, let's just go ahead and call it something. We are going to call it, well, not Park District. That's not what I want. How about, the Marco. There we go. Just the Marco. What is a Marco? I don't know. It's a proper noun, not like an actual object to describe, but don't question it. We're just going to call it the Marco. It's hip. We're also going to go ahead and buy this tile over here. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it. I'm thinking that maybe we want to go ahead and move the dams. I mean, as much as it is nice to have all this extra power, and I mean, it is nice to have a lot of extra power, for some reason, they just do not play nicely with each other. So I think my only option is actually to try and build one big dam instead, and I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near as much electricity, but it should be a little bit more consistent. I hope. So we're going to go ahead and delete. Let's start with this one, I guess. And here's where we get to watch the physics of the water go kaboom! There it is. Yeah, this is gonna make things a little weird for a while. Woo! Turbulence. I love it. You actually do need to be kind of careful whenever you release the water like this. You do it too much, and literally you can just suddenly flood the banks and destroy everything around you. I mean, it's hilarious. People like creating some awesome YouTube videos about that, but we're gonna try to avoid that. All right, let's go ahead and unleash the second wave of water. Look at that. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. It's crawling backwards. That ain't how water works. Yeah, it gets a little confusing in this game, I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's try again with the whole dam thing. If we do something like this, 368 megawatts. Not bad. 464, even better. All right, we'll try this. Now, I suspect that some of this land is actually gonna start getting covered in water, which is a little awkward, but I'm okay with that because I think it's gonna look awesome. And before we end up this video, let's go ahead and get rid of some of these eco water treatment plants. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Get rid of some of these suckers here, because I want to replace them with something a little bit better, a little bit more eco-friendly if possible. The eco water treatment plants. Nope, that's not the one. Hang on. Is this the one that I'm looking for? It is this one. That doesn't feel right. Here's the reason it confuses me. This puts out the same amount... Oh, noise pollution. Oh. Wait a minute. Noise pollution. That's not right. All right, well, let's go ahead and try the eco water treatment plant. Place down one here and one here, and let's see how that does as far as our capacity. Still not enough. We don't need quite this many roads anymore, so we can go ahead and get rid of a couple of these. And we'll place down another one over here like so, and then pipe that up. Okay. And does that solve my capacity needs? There we go. Oh, gosh, yes, I'm sorry. Now that this thing is online, it turns out that is more than enough. Okay, perfect. All right, I am hopeful then that this is going to be a lot better for my pollution needs. Let's get rid of these suckers since we don't need that capacity. The water coming out of it at least looks a lot bluer, right? So, I mean, in theory, this is going to be a lot nicer for me. And we can actually watch as a lot of the pollution starts to recede down in this direction. This is just air pollution, I think. I don't know if this is water pollution. No, I think it is actually just pollution in general. So the incinerator plants and stuff over here and all the ore mining industries, this is really bad. But these guys seem to be actually cleaning up the water a fair bit. It's not nearly as clogged up as it was before, which is the main reason I love having these eco outlets. It's just so much nicer. Now, the next big step will be to start getting rid of all the incineration plants. And to that extent, I do have some more large recycling centers, but it can only do so much. So I need to find some better ways to deal with our waste management, but if we can do so, I'd love to clean up the city a heck of a lot more. Where did my power go? What's wrong, damn? Oh, good, it's still not operating. This is one of the things that's so confusing about those dams. All right, fine. Before we end this video, then let's go for another really reliable form of power, and that is the solar updraft tower. And I'm going to place one down over, let's say, here. It's kind of like a solar plant, but it directs all the solar power up into this tower, so where it collects the energy, and then is extremely powerful. 240 megawatts. These are actually extremely good. You can build a city pretty much only around these guys, and you will be fine. The dam is more for aesthetic purposes than anything, because, I mean, it looks pretty cool, but these guys, yeah, it is pretty darn effective. All right, well, this seems like a pretty good place to end this here video. So, thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.